So refresh my memory. Am I the little dog or the top hat?
Very funny. You're not still sore about my triple word score, are you? Anyway, it's your move.
Oh, okay. We're still playing Littleton's fourth convention, is that right?
After gazumping.
Well, of course, after gazumping. What do you mean? What do you take me for? So this point is still to cause maximum chaos on the board. I noticed your new piece didn't have much effect.
Ah, but she's still in the game, old man. She's still in the game. Everything's still to play for.
Well, what would you say if I introduced two pieces of my own?
Two? Foul.
Listen, these boys only have one IQ between them. In terms of brains, they're barely count as one.
Alright then. If you must, put them on. And we're really looking forward to spending that week with you that you promised us. See you soon. Signed, your loving nephews, Randy and Andy. We keep stamping on the envelope, but nothing happens.
What? Has a bad feeling about this?
Oh, God's trumpet has a duck inside of it.
Push harder. Push harder.
I'm pushing as hard as I can. Hello, can I help you?
Ooh, she opened the door.
That's really, really amazing. She must be some sort of a genius. Wait until we tell Aunt Piggy we met a genius.
Oh, ow, my head hurts just thinking about it.
Interesting. She's blowing some bubble gum.
Hey, Aunt Piggy, remember us?
We're here to stay for your week, just like you promised.
Guys, you remember meeting my nephews, Andy and Randy Pig? Or perhaps you just tried to pretend it never happened.
Yeah, I'm fine with them being here, but surprised you asked them for a week. I know you sometimes found them a little exasperating.
Oh, Kermie, it's just a terrible misunderstanding.
And then we met the genius.
And the door just opened.
There.
It's okay, Kermit.
No, next page.
Yeah, that's the next page right here.
Yes. Oh, Bobby Benson, right. Are the babies ready to go on?
Always froggy, baby, always. Just wanted to check. Are those penguins supposed to be on fire?
What? Yes.
It's okay, Kermit. We did this in the bud before we got it out of hand.
We're trying to help. We look so cold.
Apparently, we're not allowed to boil them either.
Oh, my aching tail.
Ah, that's better. Next, Bobby Benson's baby band. The girl with the goo goo eyes. I saw her playing on the floor. I think we met the week before. I pulled her hair and she got sore. I'd like to get her to know her more, just because she made those goo goo eyes. When she dipped the coffee in the cup, she spilled the lot. I mopped it up just because she made those goo goo eyes. But someone else came on the scene. His name was Dirty Dan McBean. His mouth is cruel. His face is mean. I bet his diaper wasn't clean. But that girl just made those goo goo eyes. I told McBean to step outside. McBean just body open wide. He had a tooth on either side. The other babies cried and cried, except the girl who made these goo goo eyes. From that girl's heart, I took a blow. He whacked my noggin, don't you know? Upon my face, the milk did flow. I hope my girl did enjoy the show. She watched it all the both with her goo goo eyes. McBee was dragged away at speed. I went back. I must concede that once inside my heart did bleed. Where was that girl? Quite gone indeed. All I found was just her goo goo eyes.
Babies, bravo.
Ah, shucks, any 2-year-old can do it with 15 years practice.
Magnifique. Oh, Kermit, thank you. This is such a load off my mind.
Well, as long as the boys stay busy, they won't have time to get under your feet. And there's always lots of stuff to do around here. Ready for duty, Mr. Frog, so tell us what you want us to do.
How about you start dressing the set for the Swedish chef?
Okie dokie.
Kermit, you handle those boys wonderfully, almost like a father.
Oh, sure, but I just tell Rizzo to take his tap dancing lessons in the basement, like everybody else.
Tell me, have you ever dreamed of the pitter-patter of little feet?
Okay, all done now. Oh, we dressed the set.
That was quick.
Better take a look.
Looking really pretty too.
My clothes, my beautiful clothes. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh,
Yep, we dressed the set just like you told us.
It sure is great to find something you're really good at.
And now the Swedish chef prepares spinach delight. Tonight we make the spinach delight. Yum yum, you betcha. First you take the spaghetti. No indeed, you spit this girl spaghetti. Don't put the big bowl of spaghetti. No, they mix it the spaghetti. Mix, mix, mix. Next to that, really mix this girl spaghetti. Then put the big bowl of spaghetti. The door spinach delight.
Oh, that's amazing.
But wait a minute, I only saw you putting in spaghetti. If it's called spinach delight, where's the spinach? I know like eating spinach. Planet Kuzbane, planet of hope.
once again to the planet
Kuzbane.
Kuzbane. Today we're observing one of its most endangered species, the truncated sneak.
Truntigold. Sneeb. That name is.
Springfield is now sadly almost gone. This may very well be the last one. One theory is that this has been brought about by the Sneeb's main source of food, potted snook, migrating en masse to parts unknown.
That burping sound came from the Sneeb.
Unfortunately, we may never know for sure. Wait, I do believe, yes it is. It's a potted snurk. Ladies and gentlemen, this is remarkable. History is in making here as we capture footage for the very first time of the Sneeb. Eating a snurk in its natural habitat. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's it's extinct. She's back to the studio.
Whack.
Sorry.
Thwack. Thwack.
What? What on earth are you two noodleheads doing now?
I thought you wanted us to keep away from your dressing room.
Yes, and
Well, gee, this seems to be a way of making sure we couldn't get in there.
Yeah, I thought we'd be happy.
right, and I get changed how exactly?
Oh, we never thought of that.
Ah, this job's too hard. Her diary definitely said she wished she could keep this door nailed shut when we were out.
My what now?
You know, your diary, we never know what made you mad, so we thought we'll look in your diary to find what annoys.
You read my diary? You read my diary?
Ow. Ow. This job's hard. This job's really, really hard.
I think Aunt Piggy might be mad at us.
Trouble boys? It's the genius, the one who can do doors. Really? What happened?
Help us, genius. We need to get back on Aunt Piggy's good real bad. Good side, real bad.
It's all silly. All we did was read her diary.
Yeah, what does she write in invisible ink? Wrap it up in a street map of Hoboken and lock it in a drawer marked bathroom supplies. And she doesn't want people to read it.
Tell us, genius, can you make everything better? Tall order, but Yes, yes. Well, it seems to me that some sort of gift would be a good idea, like a peace offering. Then she might forgive you.
Yeah, you're a genius. Genius?
Yeah. How come we never think of stuff like that?
We could do chores to earn the money, but what should we give her, genius? What? What?
And now, Veterinarian's Hospital, the continuing story of a quack who's gone to the dogs.
And then I said, stop complaining. You got 8 more of them, haven't you?
Oh, Dr. Bob, you're terrible.
And for once, she's not talking about your medical skills.
Now, then, anything you'd like me to cut off?
What? No, doctor, I have terrible pains in my knees.
They sound all right to me. That's an F sharp, isn't it?
How can you tell?
So if your roof ever needs resealing, you know who to call.
I tell you what, I'll give you some cream to rub on it twice daily.
On my knees?
No, you can stand up if you want to.
Will Nurse Piggy tell Dr. Bob that he's just given his patient a pot of industrial strength glue? Will Nurse Janice learn to play the spoons? Does Dr. Bob still have the cereal box in which he found his medical degree? Tune in next time when you'll hear Nurse Piggy say,
So, Dr. Bob, do you have any advice for the patient?
Yes, a little chicory can make coffee taste much smoother.
The Odd Job Boys, Randy and Andy Pig, perform sundry tasks to earn money for the Miss Piggy Surprise Present Fund. The garden. It turned into a swimming pool.
So much money.
They're painting animals' drums.
Sorry, my bad.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're breaking the. What Bunsen is very. What? They're throwing boomerang fish on the floor.
There you go, Lester. You're
Now
taking the
you're-
fish out of the
We
wall.
made so much money.
Yeah, but why did they give it to us before we finished on the condition that we left immediately?
That's called a bonus.
I thought bonuses were for doguses.
Excuse moi.
Shall we tell her now?
No, it's a surprise.
Because telling you, sorry.
Okay.
Fine, well, if that's all, I'm on in 2.
Because telling you would spoil things.
Yeah, we can't tell you about the present or anything.
Present?
Present? What present? Randy, did you tell her about the present?
You mean the present we didn't buy to not give to her?
Yeah, that one. The one that we did not have, not to give her at no time in the near future, and all past except tomorrow morning, and possibly not even then.
You know, perhaps I've misjudged those boys.
And now, Pigs in Space! Starring Captain Leacock, Rob First Mate Miss Piggy, and the esoteric Dr. Strangefork. When we last joined the swine truck crew, they had just fled Brobdingnagia, planet of giants, but in a terrible place. For only by sacrificing Dr. Strangefork's beloved robot pal, Rusty McBoltz, were they able to escape. Now read on. He's been like ever since Rusty McBoltz got crunched. I had no idea he became so fond of that thing.
No kidding. I always thought of it as a can opener with attitude.
Poor Rusty, you were expensive to maintain. You seldom followed instructions and you were a constant reminder of my own mortality. In other words, you were like a son to me. We should snap him out of it. We need him to do all the clever math stuff that stops us from hitting the big moony things.
They're called moons.
Yes, those. Got any ideas?
Well,
Later.
okay, we agree that he needs some sort of crisis scenario to snap him out of his mope, right?
I always find panic takes me out of myself personally.
Right, so let's do it. Dr. Strangefork! Terrible news! Captain Hogthrob hit the emergency jettison button by mistake and dumped our number 3 engine into the sun!
What? Disaster! Sorry, I thought I was switching on the hot tub. Link, you ninny. There's no time to lose. Fire the remaining engines on maximum thrust. We may still have enough juice to get into Starduck Alpha for repairs. It's no use. Readings show that we cannot escape from the sun's gravity with the remaining engines. We're doomed. Guess Rusty's the last thing on your mind, isn't it? Still, at least, I'll go to my eternal reward feeling fully alive. Thanks. Guys, it's been real.
It's okay. I'll tell him. Ha, fooled you. We set this up to snap you out of your funk. Link only pretended to jettison the engine, didn't you, Link? Link?
Oops. Will Dr. Strangefork save the ship? Will the solution involve jettisoning Link Hogthrob? Does Miss Piggy know the answer to 16 down rhymes with Cupid? All this and more will be answered on the last Tuesday's episode of Pigs in Space. Okay, I'm stumped. It looks like your new guys are going to win.
I'm as surprised as you are. I was sure the pig was going to karate chop them into the next country by now.
Then I'm plotched.
Yes, classic plot.
I'm going to have to admit defeat unless... Wait a minute.
Your move here. You're moving her.
She's a wild card here. I think she can still turn this thing around.
Personally, I think you're nuts. And then again, I've always thought that about you.
The feeling is mutual anyway. That will get me out of plunge, and I'm stuck with a third reversal on the diagonal.
Meaning?
Meaning, you old goat, that the pig is not likely to karate chop those 2 nephews anytime now.
A double helping of pork chops.
This job's too hard.
All right, boys, this is your last chance. Let's make this closing number one they'll never forget. Think you can handle that?
Got it on, Piggy. See, you must think we are as dumb as we look.
Yeah, nobody's that dumb. Psst. Andy, Randy, you guys got the present I suggested, right? Oh yes, thank you, Scooter's sister.
We're just waiting for the right moment.
Excellent. Gee, Scooter's sister is such a nice person.
Yeah, good old, what's her name? That's what I saw. You ready?
Yep, let's go. Her name is Skeeter, I guess. The Pygmalion.
Evening, Professor. It's nearly alive. You'd almost imagine that thing could survive.
A thing of rare beauty, completely unmarred. But these guys are telling us.
This job's too hard.
But wait, am I dreaming? I saw the thing move.
Such nonsense, Professor. A hard thing to prove. Oh, he's right, Dr. Gonzo. Don't let down your guard. The statue is moving.
But this job's too hard.
It's true, dear Professor. I breathe and I live. I've so much to tell you. I've so much to give.
We faked it, they'll say. We feathered and tarred.
Lift her down, boys, but gently now.
Ooh,
Great.
This job's too hard. Boom.
By George, I think she's got it.
Nice work, everyone. Or I'm sure nobody knows that little scenery wobble.
You boys are getting the next bus back to the farm.
Ow, 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 ow.
Hey, Andy, maybe it's time we made our presentation.
Presentation?
Yes, we got a little something to thank you for everything.
We know this is completely unexpected.
Well, thank you, boys. Perhaps it was a little hasty. Dear Miss Piggy, please find enclosed your gift voucher entitling you to 2 weeks at Gracious Acres. Voted by readers of Etiquette World as the nation's leading charm school. Charm school? You think I ain't elegant enough? Do ya? Well, do ya?
I'm guessing we should say no.
Anyway, it was all the genius's idea. You know, the one who does school?
Ah!
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Or louder.
That was good.